Oh fuck, I almost died right now. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Weird Worlds of YouTube series where I go over weird or very niche videos on YouTube. And first of all, I'm really glad that people are starting to call these channels out and that viewers are potentially taking notice. Like, let's be honest, let's just get it out of the way first. Analog horror is the modern day equivalent for creepypastas. There, I said it. We can move on now. Am I right? Yes. Yes, in fact, I am. We've got an analog horror for literally everything. Spider-Man, Jurassic Park, Left 4 Dead, Star Wars, Labubu's, and I guess literally anything you can think of. It's kind of the equivalent of lost episodes for kids' cartoons. This is a heavily impromptu video. I was not supposed to do this. I just kind of did this over the course of like 6 hours. Over time, I've gotten recommended random analog horror series. Some good, some absolutely fucking not. This is most likely due to my featuring of them on the Weird Things Online series, where I do like to feature a random analog horror series every now and then because people like it. Alright, like I said, it's the modern day equivalent of creepypastas. The guys I'll go over right now have been accused of being a AI content farm of sorts, and as we know, anyone creative will tell you, don't use AI for creative projects. What are you, a fucking bitch? Caught on to the fact that these channels tend to have the same topics, usually some sort of entity replacing people that you know more often than not, school or family members, or even replacing pets, most notably cats. A similar style of thumbnail is also used. White stick figure, red figure or object, white and red text on a black background, as well as the continued use of this face. Almost as if they're shitting out the same video through multiple channels. But like, let's finally get to them. Dead Air VHS is the first channel we'll go over right now. The analog horror abandoned broadcast from forgotten stations in a broken reality. The silence isn't empty, it's listening? On top of having the standard formula that we keep seeing, white and red images on a black screen, we see a first for analog horror. I just mentioned it, Labubu analog horror. Ain't no fucking way, bro. See, I told you, everything has an analog horror. Welcome to Looped Files VHS. I have no affiliation. An archive of broken signals, forgotten memories, and looping broadcasts that were never meant to be recovered. Every tape you see here is a piece of something lost, something censored, something still repeating. They told us not to watch, but we pressed play, and now the files won't stop. This is the newest channel created within this weird fucking sphere of channels. Red Signal Archives is a channel that doesn't follow the standard formula, mostly. There does seem to be a slight focus on pets doing something weird, as well as going into the idea that the viewer is potentially time displaced. Red Signal Archives also mentions that they received signals that were lost, stating, some signals weren't lost, they were buried on purpose. Red Signal Archives revives forbidden analog transmissions, corrupted VHS, and emergency alerts from a world that never was. I've also noticed that this channel has the ability to upload twice a day, for the past month as well, as of me doing this. Granted, the visuals are rather simple, so it might not be that hard for a normal person to do this, but, I'm highly suspecting that no one here is real and they're all fucking clankers, so let's just roll with the fact that it's AI. Code Red is a channel straight out of Pakistan. No, literally. Code Red features a lot of similar videos to other channels, lots having to do with horror within schools, and the vast majority of them being on the topic of something replacing someone you once knew, such as teachers, your mom, a cat, something along those lines. That mom thing is not a your mom joke, I swear to God. Deadline Broadcast has something eerily similar to Code Red. Both of these channels mention in their channel descriptions something about static being dangerous to the viewer. Deadline says, do not adjust your screen. The static is watching you. Code Red says, the static isn't interference. It's protecting you? It gives me the idea that both of these channels want to tell a story of static doing something to the viewer, but it's viewed as antagonistic, whether or not it's supposed to be. Deadline and Code Red have similar types of videos, but Deadline seems to go more into other realms of horror. However, they still consistently stay within the entity that replaces another being, root, or category. Haunted Signals reads the same as Deadline does in the channel description. The static isn't interference, it's protecting you. It's starting to stink a lot like fucking fish here, bro. Fishy ass dudes. I said dudes. Wavelength 13 suffers from the same formula we've seen previously. The only real difference is that they use red thumbnails sometimes. Whoop-de-fucking-do, bro. I can also slap the color red on a thumbnail of an analog horror video and get 10,000 views. Only difference is, I'll tell you straight up, I hopped on a trend to see what would happen. I hate that video. It fucking sucks. You can see me reaching for talking points the whole time. It's shit. I didn't formulate it at all. It's fucked. As they say though, things are often chopped and cooked before they are served and ate. Not my fault people clicked on it. Please do it again. Dead Signal VHS seems to be the big one, so I'll go over it kind of quickly. Dead Signal surprisingly doesn't follow the normal formula that most of these channels do, except for one thing. They use the standard thumbnail for everything. White and red stick figures, or just things on a black screen. They seem to only have a handful of school horror or replacement entity videos, a significant amount of variety compared to everything we have seen. Here's an interesting thing though. The channel description reads as, there are broadcasts that were never meant to be seen, signals that should have stayed lost, but now they're back. Welcome to Dead Signal VHS, your gateway to analog horror, from distorted emergency alerts to corrupted lost tapes. We uncover eerie transmissions from a past that never existed. Do not adjust your screen. The static is watching you. Subscribe if you're ready to decode the unknown. You can see why this is weird, right? Deadline Broadcast and Dead Signal VHS have the same description and are both from fucking Pakistan. I have no doubt that this is the same person. Like, same person running these two accounts. I just think, are they probably running the Code Red channel as well? It doesn't just end there though. Horror Signal VHS is another channel connected to Deadline and Dead Signal. Literally the same description in the, channel description, just fitting in the name of this channel. It's a strange thing. I don't understand if like Dead Signal is the original or main channel. I feel like it might be. They don't follow the standard formula, but the other ones do. Why? The broadcast was never yours. There are tapes that should have stayed buried, voices that were never recorded, but now they found a signal. Through you. Do not rewind. Distortion is permanent. This channel has a video that's the same as one of Dead Signal's videos. Both channels have a video titled, If Everyone Has the Same Profile Photo, Log Out. One's longer, but I straight up think that my theory that they are shooting out these same exact videos through multiple channels is probably fucking cooking. There are a handful of channels. Actually, if anything, it's not a handful. It's too fucking many. And not to mention other ones that I found. Unknown Frequencies, Noir Signals, Signal Lost, Signal Left On, among others. Okay, so I'm gonna do something a little different for this in this video only, because it's highly suspected that this is some sort of content farm. At the very least, if it's not a content farm, it's just people using like similar AI prompts. I really want to see if these videos end up being the same thing, or outright maybe the same videos on multiple channels, like the same exact thing word by word, maybe image by image, just something that says that this is the exact same thing uploaded by like one person through multiple accounts. It's clear by now that these channels all follow some sort of formula, but going through these patterns, I've realized we can add in a few more things. First, the video thumbnails and topics are all very similar. White and red figures or objects and text on a black screen. Mimic or evil clone-like entity that replaces known individuals like schoolmates or teachers and family members, as well as pets, most specifically cats. The videos themselves are all text and image on screen that look exactly like the thumbnails. These channels all tend to have a similar story or theme. They all mention forgotten or lost broadcasts that are now breaking into our reality or actively being found. Third, all these videos play out the same, and it's really weird that they all have this standard formula. They usually start with an emergency alert broadcast, which makes sense given that the channel's descriptions continuously say broadcast, and AI or text-to-speech voice, which is probably the same fucking thing.
Same photo, same blank stare, same low-resolution smile that doesn't look like anyone real.
No real characters or consistent story, which makes you wonder if these really are just bumped out, because without those, you can really just keep going and doing stuff. Just generic story points is a lot easier than keeping a consistent narrative. Multiple channels having the exact same video topic but with different scripts. Same profile picture, your school is not yours anymore, do not correct your teacher, and cat or dog copying you. All of these among others that I probably haven't even caught on to. It's all really low quality shit. I don't really have an answer for what this could be. I don't really know if this really is AI content farm or not. I want to call it that because it quite literally looks like that. I fucking hate these like potentially AI based channels, but here I am making a video on them. There's got to be some sort of like virtual version of using someone for their body. Not the first time I've used someone for their content or their body. Oh well. But I fully believe this is some sort of AI farm. It just has to be. Like, right? Am I wrong? No, I don't know, maybe. But like, it's fucking weird, right? It's either an AI farm or it's the worst fucking trend I've ever seen. But if it's a trend, then why do some channels have the exact same topic, titles, maybe thumbnails even? I so desperately wanted to see if two channels uploaded the same exact video. We would have fucking caught them, but they don't. I don't know what to say here. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what these are. I really hope that this stops. It really goes back to what I said before. Like, analog horror is just the modern day version of a creepypasta, especially the lost episode of some sort of show, cartoon. I'm sure even back then people were like finding tropes and just weaving them into a very formulaic narrative within those lost episode of creepypastas, and that's what's just happening now with these analog horrors. They're just finding tropes, weaving them into their own little formulaic narrative, and through the use of AI now, they're just kind of shitting out videos. I don't like it. Can I do anything? This is the most I can really do about it. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what this is. Is it lame? Yeah, but it's alarming, maybe. But I'm just kind of poking fun at it. Like I said, I can't do anything about it. With all that being said, bye.